To solidify this bond, you are presented with a simple choice. Before you on this dais are several items. They represent different aspects of House Varun's connection to the Great Serpent. Pick the two that call to you. Place them on the altars. Offer it to the Great Serpent that he may fill you with his spirit and make you promise.
Alright, we need to complete this ritual. Alright, here's the 4. Oh yeah, alright, this one's a little bit bigger. Alright, effigy of devotion, obedience, strength, and perseverance. I wonder if they were in certain areas for a certain reason. I kind of like these two here. And then was it the altar down? Is this where we need to place it? Yeah, alright. So, we're just placing the 1. I think. I mean, I don't know. Is this supposed to give us like a little bit of a boost in something? If so, I like strength. I'm not saying that's going to give us a strength point. I don't think that. Alright, so that went there. Was there another one? Or is it at the top? There we go. I again kind of think of the same lines. I'm thinking I like perseverance. Speak to Inaza. Whoa, that just turned all that craziness off. So we placed 1 there. We picked up from there, placed there. I'm guessing Inaza is up through here.
And so you arise, one of the promised of House Varun. Did you feel the Great Serpent working within you? Do you feel born anew?
Well, something will certainly happen. I exist only to serve the Great Serpent. I don't know if we're going that far. Just want to help. I'll do what I need to, even if I don't believe in it. I feel the same as I did before. This was a waste of time. Can't do that. Oh, do we have to say this? I mean, she couldn't... I wouldn't think that she could actually, like, admonish us for saying this. That we feel the same. You know what? Let's just go along with it. Let's just go along with it. We serve the Great Serpent.
And I assure you, he has seen your eagerness. You will indeed serve, as do we all. Through strength and perseverance, House Varun will triumph over all that stands in its way. I grant you the title of Vindicator.
Vindicator.
All will know you. All will trust you. Above us, in the grand ship morning, jewel of the Varun fleet, the High Council awaits your arrival. Serve them. Serve the Great Serpent. All must serve.
Alright, talk to Malibor. Do you have any thoughts yet?
Is something amiss?
I'm assuming you do not.
Yes, of course.
You do not. Alright. So, well, I think you're following, right? Just make sure there's nothing we're kind of missing around here. I think we're good. A lot of wax. A lot of wax. Yeah, I think we're good. Airlock. So I wonder what would have... I mean, wonder, like, how important is it that we... Because since we chose strength and perseverance versus the other two, does that change much other than just the 2 words that she mentioned? I don't know. Alright. Ooh. Goodies? And it's not stealing. We'll take the ammo. Refined Urban Eagle. Oh, that 43 Ultramax. You know we need that. Corrosive Refined Equinox. We have a ton of rounds, but... Ooh, that probably does... That does not have a scope. We don't need the bashing, but the corrosive might be kind of nice. Wow, let's take a quick look. I keep hitting the B button as if I'm playing Fallout because it's in my Bethesda head to hit that button. Let's take a look. What do we corrosive refine? Yeah, not a scope. I mean, it has a sight, which is fine, but not a scope. Fire rate's a little low, but that I'm all right with that. Range. I mean, just 70 accuracy, though, is a bit iffy. And that's all right. Again. Don't think we go in there. Nope. All right. Come on, Andresia. We are heading on up to the east side, and I haven't had pie in quite a while. All right. Got these three. Oh, there's a data pad. Oh, there's 2 data pads. Can we get these data pads first? Oh, I can't walk in between these 2?
May the great serpent bless you.
Oh, all right. It's not pulling me into a conversation. All right. I'm all right with that. Funding notice. To the High Council from Office of the Speaker. Harold Anaza has brought to my attention a disturbing matter. There's been discussion of eliminating the funding to maintain and preserve the Serpent's Path in the latest proposed budget. I find this surprising given the paltry amount requested and the significance of the location. So they kind of want to get rid of that. So remember, that's where they all lived in there for a certain time. Back in the day. Should be enough that the cave is a key piece to our shared heritage. Were it not for those caves, none of us would be here today. But if all goes to plan in the coming months, we may be able to thank the Great Serpent himself for a new wave of recruits to our cause. The Serpent's Path may yet again be needed for its original purpose. I am confident that Council will make the right decision, and if the funding cannot be secured, I'll be more than happy to personally take a closer look at the budget to see what areas might be trimmed in order to free up funds. Anasco. So Anasco is the aberration that we saw, when we first got here. But I have a feeling High Council probably does not want anyone to look at that at the budget. There might be something funky going on there. Might be something a little bit shady going on there. Oh, could that have something to do with why Anasco is... Oh, there's another data pad. Is where he is? Or whatever's going on with him, could it be related? Post-incident status. Report Ministry of Commerce. As per the Council's request, an assessment of House Varun operations in the aftermath of the Citadel incident follows. All structures in the immediate vicinity of the scaled Citadel are gone, including the Halls of Authority. All major ministry operations have relocated and are operating off of record backups and emergency supplies funding. Administrative personnel losses are still being totaled. Most key figures were present in the Citadel at the time of the incident and are presumed missing or dead. Science team hit hardest. Notable exception of Ekris Kaiser on leave. All right, so I got a thought there. All right, so personnel, administrative personnel, most key figures. So what? All right, so that conspiracy hat going on here right now. And again, if there's something going on with the funding in the High Council, right? Was the incident done on purpose? Military and security forces heavily affected. Minimal personnel presence is being maintained within Dazra, with personnel being reassigned from outlying areas. Rumors of mass desertions are being actively countered. Supply chain disruptions have drained already low reserves. Ministry of Commerce is attempting to compensate by establishing new connections, but time delay will exasperate already low stockpiles. All right. And what about this one? The Ministry of Commerce. As per the Council's request, an assessment of Ministry of Commerce operations. Ministry operations temporarily transferred to Halls of Healing in light of loss of both Halls of Authority and House Dulcaf residents. Emergency supply stores have been activated, military and secure personnel enlisted, and production and distribution of critical supplies, primarily, wow, I'm sorry about that. Sorry, friends. Medical and foodstuffs. Significant losses in both personnel and records have applied additional pressure to ministry operations. Hazmak Dukav, I know I screwed that up 100%, appointed elder of House Dukav, thus far limited engagement from day-to-day ministry activities. All right. I know we need to talk to you. You know what? Should we talk to you and then both of those? Yeah. All right.
Hello,
I'm assuming we can talk to him. We might not be able to. Wait, I can't even talk to you. Oh, there we go. Malibor.
Welcome, Vindicator. You stand before what remains of the High Council, advisors to Anasco Varun. We are all that is left after the disaster that has befallen our people.
So this is the High Council.
I represent House
What's left?
Dukaf. Jamal is from House Kadik, and we are joined by Lovek of House Vital. We are, all of us, hopeful that your arrival in Dazra and your clear connection to Anasco Varun, for the first time in weeks, represent some semblance of hope.
I don't have a connection to Nazca Varun or anyone here. Someone needs to start explaining what's going on. That would be helpful. What's with all the houses? Are you all House Varun? Yeah, but I'm sure there's different... I mean, are the houses... Aren't they not like families?
Collectively, we unite under the banner of House Varun, pledged to follow Jinan Varun and his descendants. But our society is not a monolith. Jinan, in his wisdom, shepherded the first of us into families that we might grow and prosper. Our 3 families have for generations now helped to govern the people of House Varun, and offer counsel to our leader.
Okay, how about some explanation?
I understand. Until you were one of us, we could not trust you.
By all means, Malibor. I can't wait to see how you spin this.
An outsider?
Please, can we just for a moment...
Can we just for a moment what? Discuss whether or not to allow the first convert to House Varun since before any of us were born?
Oh, wow.
A bit late on that, it seems.
You were not there. You did not see Anasco. It felt different. We have already wasted so much time...
You're correct. I was not there. Because you elected to travel to the spaceport on your own. And then decided this on your own.
Do not waste time with more bickering. Anasco, and by extension House Varun, suffers with every passing moment.
Of course, Lovek. My apologies. Please, Malibor. Do go on.
Anasco Varun, like his father before him, has relied on the teachings of Jinan to guide us. Anasco wondered if perhaps it was time to seek guidance directly from the Great Serpent, and so sought a means of reaching out.
Perhaps he found the teachings inadequate.
Careful, Kadik. You tread on dangerous ground.
I mean nothing by it. We simply were never consulted on the matter and do not know the full motive.
Wait, so was he looking for more proof?
A series of experiments have taken place over the years, utilizing grav drive technology to hopefully make direct contact with the Great Serpent, similar to Jinan Varun's initial meeting.
And then something went wrong.
We do not know what happened. We were not inside the Scaled Citadel at the time.
Had we been, we wouldn't be standing here now. We'd be like the rest of them.
A great tide of energy emanated from the Scaled Citadel and swept across Dazra. Much was destroyed in its wake.
Okay, so that's what we saw on the ship.
Had been left in a state of confusion, trapped halfway between our universe and the Vortex. The Citadel itself remains in such a state. Right there and yet beyond our reach.
Or the space station, I mean,
We can
not a
only
ship.
assume that the experiment is still running, somehow preventing us from entering the Citadel. We cannot get in, so we cannot stop it. We're beginning to lose hope before you arrived.
Okay, all right. So was Anask? Anasco. I think it's Anasco. Was he like starting to have doubts and wanted proof instead of just going off of the teachings or off of the past? And then, so he went off to do that, and then the experiments, I'm assuming they were related maybe, and then that's how he got caught in between. Okay, and then that's all the energy, it has something to do with the experiments, but they think the experiments are still going on, and they can't turn it off. All right, tell me.
Was there?
I think that's right.
Something else?
Working through it, Malabar. Working through it. Tell me how I fit into this. The vortex. What is that? How long ago did this happen? Yeah, tell us about the vortex.
Forgive me, I am no scientist, but as it has been explained to me, what we call the vortex is the space between universes.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. How long ago did this happen?
It has only been a few weeks. There had been efforts to put together some kind of response, some plan. But they had fallen apart.
All right, falling apart. How do we fit into this? You want us to flip the switch, right?
Your arrival and your interaction with Anasco shows that he can still be saved. A plan had been devised to access the Citadel, but the work stalled. Clearly, it is time to move forward with it. The current head of our science team, Ekris, should be in Jinan Plaza down below us, towards the Citadel. Tell him about your experience with Anasco, and that work on the morning device must proceed.
All right, Ekris. All right, so we need to speak with Ekris. Oh, wait, Oh, there's another datapad. That must be the Citadel, and they refer to it as a scale. Oh, so that's it. And that's the energy circling around it. But again, that's what we saw on that space station, I believe. All right. Report Ministry of Conjunction. Per the Council's requested assessment of Ministry of Conjunction operations. Ministry operations temporarily transferred to House Kadik housing, which remained unaffected by the incident. Intelligence networks have been disrupted following the Citadel incident as key personnel have been reassigned to urgent matters in Dasra. No anomalous reports have arrived from agents in the field. There is no indication that word of recent events has reached anyone off-world. Oh, that's interesting. Although I wonder, how does all of this play into when we were at the embassy in Jemison, in New Atlantis. Because remember that place was kind of messed up, and he talked about how everyone left. How does that play into this, if at all, I guess? One outside contact remains within Dasra following the incident. As instructed by the Council, usual protocols have been suspended, and he will be allowed to live. Is that us? Is that us, or is there somebody else here? Contact has still not been regained within the Oracle, last seen within geosynchronous app orbit above Dasra. So, all right, so that's got to be us then, because that's probably the fact that they know that it's above Dasra, the Oracle's above Dasra. It's because it warped here, right? But they're not able to contact it. Well, there's nobody there, I don't think. All right. Are there any others? I mean, because that one was hard to see. I don't need to sit. Oh, that actually looked like a door, potentially. All right, we want to try and talk to these two.
Yes?
Anything? Oh, wait, there is another datapad right there. Ministry of State. Ministry operations temporarily transferred to Keep in light of loss of both Halls of Authority and House Vethal residents. Military security personnel recalled from many non-critical operations outside the city in order to bolster coverage for Dasra. Ongoing threat assessment of Phantom Phenom, tactics being adjusted to compensate. Additional security measures enacted in key locations as necessary. Significant operations underway to reassure public that the incident was isolated and they will be safe. Increase noted in public displays of opposition and defiance. Agitators have been detained and are removed as necessary. Oh, that's a little concerning. Anything else? Not seeing it. So you know what's interesting? When we were talking to Malibor, for whatever reason, I don't know why. I don't know,
I can
but
do for you?
it felt like I was in Skyrim. Like maybe it's because they're talking all about different houses and stuff, but yeah, it felt like a Skyrim conversation. Jamal?
Good to see you.
So the High Council runs the houses under Varun. You seem happy I was allowed to become part of House Varun. I mean, that makes sense. So the High Council runs the houses. All right.
No, it's complicated. Jinan Varun himself established the rules. Let me see if I can make it easy for you.
Break it on down.
The Speaker has supreme authority. He is the voice of the Great Serpent. The houses each handle some function of daily life and are individually run by the Elder of the House.
Okay.
Each of the houses also appoints a mediary to the High Council to inform and advise the Speaker. It's a separate position from the Elder, with a lesser degree of authority and prestige.
Why can't the Elder just play that role? Well, I mean, wouldn't that make sense? Because then you get into slight little games of telephone at points when you have too many people. Got it, makes sense. That all seems overly complicated. I mean, it really isn't, except for it seems like the Elder could play both roles. There's no way that's all necessary. Have you ever thought about changing the system?
Now is hardly the time to be entertaining such thoughts.
That's fair. That's very fair. I mean, yeah, in time of crisis, probably not, unless it's maybe needed at some point. Makes sense.
So you must have a head for politics, or you're good at pretending. Either way, you will fit right in here.
And you seemed unhappy that we were allowed to become part of the House Varun. So she said that no one's been converted like in their lifetime. That's a long time. Well, I mean, she doesn't look very old, but still. Either way, it's still a long time.
Don't take it personally. We have been through so much these last few weeks. The Council is attempting to claw back some semblance of order from the chaos. Steer things past this somehow. And then Malibor goes and throws you into the middle of all this without even consulting us. It's just one more breach of a protocol that barely exists anymore. I am over it, I assure you. It is good to have you with us, and we are finally moving forward.
Okay. All right. I'm down with that.
I must serve.
Although they are very trusting. They are extremely trusting.
Yes? Did you require something?
I like the tattoo, my friend. It almost looks like a castle rampart or something like that. Lovek.
What may I do for you?
Where were you when the experiment went wrong? Did you know Serac? So Serac was on the space station. What was Dazra like before the experiment? Where were you when everything went wrong?
I was outside the city, visiting a friend at his farm. We saw the flash of light from inside, and by the time we made it outside, you know, in that moment, I worried it was my fault. That I had somehow not been faithful enough, that I had not believed. I still find myself worrying that we are being punished, that we have affronted the Great Serpent in some way, and that this is our penance.
Okay, that's probably a popular belief among the faithful, right? Did you know Serac?
Indeed, Serac was my cousin.
Oh.
I know they were assigned to the Oracle, and Malibor relayed their final report sent by the station. They walk with the Great Serpent now.
Can you tell me more about Serac? What will become of the Oracle? How many people were stationed on the Oracle? I have some other questions. Yeah, tell us about Serac.
Serac was a respected scientist dedicated to the Great Serpent. They spent every moment engrossed in their work. a true testament of faith. It was their greatest honor to be selected for the Oracle.
So that I don't know if I've tried to put this together yet. Like, how did the energy get on the space station? Like, how did that happen? Because I also don't know, like, where they were in the universe, I guess, right? We kind of know where we found them, but I don't know where that is in relation to Dazra. Yeah, that's interesting. All right. What will become of the Oracle now?
The Oracle's fate will be tabled for a future discussion. We have more important issues at hand.
And I'm also still trying to work this through. The experiments, scientists on the Oracle, obviously there's experiments going on there, but the experiment that went wrong, the incident, was going on in the Citadel, or was it all on the Oracle and somehow affected the Citadel? I don't know. How many people were stationed on the Oracle?
87 souls reside with the Great Serpent now. Many were some of the finest scientific minds House Varun had to offer. They will be remembered alongside those we lost here in Dazra.
Other questions?
Of course.
Let's take us back to the original. Yes. What was Dazra like before the experiment?
It was breathtaking. A true testament to the will of Jinan Varun and our faith in the Great Serpent. To have started from nothing and to have accomplished so much. I pray to the Serpent that we can someday reclaim all that we have lost.
All right, I think that's it.
May the Great Serpent bless you.
Is something weird with your hair? No, I think it's just because there's a shadow over your forehead. I think we're good. Unless there's another...
Did you need something?
Well, it would be extremely helpful if you could just either point out all the data pads, or just hand them to me, and not have me searching for them. All right, I think we're good. Andreja, I think we're good. All right, where are we going? Choosing floor. Dazra City. Here we come.
Do you know the scientists out at Hamadi Station?
The old married couple? Azad and Shireen, if I remember right. I've met them a few times. They seemed a little eccentric, but were otherwise quite nice.
That's them, yes. They're apparently looking for some help with their research. They made some kind of discovery that has them troubled.
Good luck finding help at a time like this.
Indeed. Yet the Serpent provides for the faithful, so who knows?
Nothing is truly impossible.
If I could, hand raised right here. All right. So we got a mission, spaceport, Jinan. I think the plaza's where we need to go. Where we need to speak to this person. I was name I forgot. Ekris? I think it's Ekris. Spaceport's over there.
No, you're the one that wanted to play. Yeah, because you wouldn't stop complaining. So, are we gonna play again or what?
No. It's no fun when it's just us three.
Okay, I don't think we got a mission there. You know what I didn't think about? Can we talk to these people?
Gods overheard my neighbor forsaking the Great Serpent. What a fool. I have not seen him in days. Vindicator?
That's a oh, I like that. I like that neck tattoo. That's kind of cool.
Vindicator?
All right. They know about us somehow. I mean, does everyone get like some mass transmission head out, letting people know of our status? Oh, we don't want to go into any households right now. I don't think. Whoa. Let's see if we can't find this Ekris. So, yeah, so there you go. That's got to be it. And then notice, oh, the statue's looking at the Citadel. See, now, I would think the Citadel would be all politicians, stuff like that. So that's why I don't know if experiments were going on at the Citadel, but I mean, it almost has to be. Herald's Rest. Why does that sound familiar?
The
People?
scale of the disaster is hard to accept.
That is massive. Goods exchanged. Where might this Ekris be? I don't think you're sitting on the side.
Do you truly have no shame, Amin? No shame at all. What you have done goes beyond disgraceful. It is morbid, disgusting. You should be hanging your head in shame, but instead here you are, acting like a common fool.
Borhal, calm down. Do not do this here.
How shameful of you to have these outbursts. Oh my, what would poor mother and father think?
You will speak not of mother and father, you sloughing bastard. No shame. No shame at all. What a waste of good life that they worked tirelessly to give you.
Mother and father spat on the ground I walked on. You were their pride and joy. Oh, good, generous Borhal, always the paragon, the keeper of our family name.
I am disgusted to call you brother. It would be best for all of us if by some miracle you were to drown in one of those bottles of Koza you are so infatuated with.
Ugh, with a brother like you, is it any wonder I am driven to drink?
Are there more important things going on? Or are there not
Are you done?
more important
Both
things going
of
on
you?
than
Will you
bickering?
calm down.
Family bickering.
You should be addressing the brute here. He is the one making the scene.
I am causing a scene because you tried to sell Mother's urn, with Mother still in it.
What?
I was not thinking. It was a mistake.
That is precisely the sloughing problem, Amila. You are never thinking. You are too much of a drunken fool to think. Apparently you are not even above selling the remains of dear mother to fund your habit.
Oh.
It was a mistake. And you are going to condemn me for the rest of my life over a mistake?
Perhaps I should.
I mean, it is a pretty big mistake. All right, it did say something about
Do you truly have no shame,
stopping this
Amila?
argument.
No shame at all. What you have done goes beyond disgraceful. It is morbid, disgusting. You should be hanging your head in shame, but instead here you are, acting like a common fool.
Borhal, calm down. Do not do this here.
Yeah, I mean,
How shameful of you to have these outbursts. Oh my, what would poor mother and father think?
You will speak not of mother and father, you sloughing bastard. No shame. No shame at all. What a waste of good life that they worked tirelessly to give you.
Mother and father
this
spat
isn't
on the
repeating,
ground
is
I
this?
walked on. You were their pride and joy. Oh, good, generous Borhal, always the paragon, the keeper of our family name.
I think this is repeating.
I am disgusted to
The
call you
sloughing
brother.
bastard was my first clue.
It would be best for all of us if by some miracle you were to drown in one of those
I think this
bottles
is-
of Koza you are so infatuated with.
I don't know who we want to
Ugh,
talk to.
a brother like you is... What? What do you want?
All right, evidently you're the one. I chose the wrong one. But again, is there something more important going on? And at the base of, I assume, is a very important statue? Causing a scene, take this argument somewhere else. Break it up, nobody wants to hear this. Very true. What's going on here?
This does not concern you.
Please accept my apologies. I caught my brother attempting to do something unspeakable, and I could not contain my anger.
Oh yes, go on. Invite a total stranger into our family squabbles.
This is no squabble, you pompous fool. What you have done today is abhorrent. I can forgive stealing my money or pawning my valuables. What I cannot abide, however, is you attempting to some mother's urn with her remains still within.
I have done many things I am not proud of, but I have never stooped as low as that.
It's pretty low. It's pretty low. Clearly the guy, Emil, has an issue with, I assume it's an alcohol. Alright. That is awful.
I was drunk. I did not know. All of those vases appeared the same.
It is an urn, not a vase, you ignoramus. And you were the one who chose it when Mother passed away.
Wow.
I am tired of your shamelessness, and I am done bearing what should be your indignity. Do you hear me? I am done. You have gone too far this time, Amila, and I cannot bear the humiliation of being your brother any longer. I challenge you to a duel.
Whoa, whoa, that escalated quick.
Danica shall be my second.
What? Are you mad?
Borhall, are you sure? There is already so much death in the city. What good would this do? There has to be another way.
Too late, Danica. He has issued his challenge. I accept. I, in fact, look forward to it.
Let me guess, we're your second. Yep.
You shall be my second.
What does that even mean? Okay, I'll need someone to show me the ropes, though. I'm not getting involved in this. What? Why me? Simply because we're standing here? Is there some other way we can resolve this? I don't even know what a second is. What is that? And what's in it for me? Yeah, what is, we don't even know what this is. What is it?
Our job is to make preparations and ensure fairness on both sides. We shall have different duties between the two of us, but our aim is to prepare the site of the duel. Weapons, ceremonies, and discourage any ambushes.
Ambushes? Why me?
No, why not you? You seem capable and trustworthy.
How?
The true answer is because Amila has no one, family or otherwise, willing to be his second. He has burned every bridge there is to burn.
Now that makes sense.
He will have to resort to picking someone off the street regardless, so it may as well be you.
I do not want to wait any longer than necessary. If you agree to this, you will allow us to come to an immediate resolution. I will pay you handsomely for that.
I mean, there was a person just sitting off to the side over here. Maybe they can be the second. What else was on here? What's in it for me? Well, he said he's going to pay us. There's some other way we can resolve this.
No. I believe we have just passed the point of no return.
I would not have proposed the duel unless I were fully committed to it.
I mean, it sounds like this has been brewing for a long time.
Compromising.
All right. Sorry, I apologize. I forgot your name, but you're going to have to show us the ropes.
Then it is settled. Outsider, you will work alongside Danica to prepare
I thought we were Vindicator.
As for you, Amila, enjoy these last few moments. For when we next meet, your shameful life ends.
Do not sound so confident, brother.
Their family home is this way.
Follow Danica.
It is not far. We can discuss the matters there.
I mean, couldn't this guy be the second? Or gal?
Seconds, it is our duty to prepare for the
I
duel
am trying to
and
keep
ensure fairness.
I fear.
I am sorry that you have found yourself in this situation. But know that you are doing Amila a great favor. He truly has no one else who would be willing to do this for him. He has burned every bridge imaginable. It seems that after years of suffering Amila's embarrassment, Borhall has reached the boiling point. But still, to challenge your brother to a duel...
I mean, Amila's standing right there.
That we will be able to work towards a peaceful resolution before it's too late.
Okay.
I got you your favorite from the meat house.
Amila has shamed us
just
for
the way you
final
like.
time.
Do you want to eat it now?
All right. We need to keep following. Whoa, whoa. Oh, that's that guy. Oh, is that a restaurant? It might be a restaurant. Sorry, Danica. Apologies. I was starting to think that guy was like dying or something. Gasping for air.
Need help with anything?
Came to learn about being a second.
Need me for something?
Learning about the duel? How quickly we forget. I know there's a lot going on right now.
Are you ready to discuss our roles?
I'm ready to get started. Hold on. What does the second do again? They aren't serious. There isn't actually going to be a duel, is it? Oh, alright. So is this all for show? I don't think so.
Oh, they are deadly serious. Borhall would have not dared to challenge Amila if not. The Odlum family has held duels in the past. It is something of a family tradition.
Okay. Alright, so yeah. They've had duels before, so this is obviously it's a tradition, but it's a thing?
Yes. There was a duel between their two great-grandfathers, I believe. From what Borhall has told me, it began as a property dispute. Their uncle died in a duel after being challenged by their grandfather. He was accused of stealing family heirlooms. History, it seems, repeats itself.
Most deaf. The family has an unfortunate and violent history.
Yes, and it seems that the cycle will continue. Unless you are able to get the brothers to agree to a peaceful resolution.
Oh, so it is possible. Okay. I like that. And what do we do again?
It is our duty to prepare for the duel by procuring weapons and preparing for any ceremonies, as well as ensuring a fair fight. Importantly, we are not expected to engage in any combat, unless, of course, we are staving off an ambush. In short, we are to guarantee that the duel proceeds without issue.
Let's get started.
Very good. Let us begin. Your primary duty as Amila's second is to work with the brothers and see if a peaceful conclusion is possible. Namely, if Amila apologizes to Borhall and he accepts, the duel may not move forward. As for me, I will be procuring the weapons for the duel and the materials for the preceding ceremony. Borhall, as challenger, reserves the right to choose the weapons, and he has chosen blades. Do you have any concerns?
When did you have that discussion? No concerns here. From what I've heard, Amila is a drunkard. Amila doesn't stand a chance against Borhall in a duel with blades. I mean, that does make sense. That does make sense. He didn't seem drunk there. Yeah. No concerns here. Now, let's see. Can we question the use of blades?
I will note your concern, but know that Borhall has the final say. If that is all, we will break here and see to our duties. Before that, though, I know that this duel is foolish. I am sorry you got pulled into this. I will try and find another peaceful solution to this problem, should you be unsuccessful in convincing them to call it off.
Let's get going. Wait, Borhall has the right to choose the weapons. Does Amila have the right to anything? Are duels commonplace in room culture? Alright. I don't think we need to do that again. Are they commonplace? Outside of this family, apparently.
Duels were quite common 100 years ago, but have become more rare with each passing generation. At this point, the Odlum family is the only one that still takes part in this custom.
And what rights does Amila have?
Amila has the right to deliver a genuine apology to Borhall and stop this duel before it commences. The odds of him doing so, however, are low. The Odlum brothers, like their ancestors, are stubborn and prideful.
Let's get going.
Report back to me when you have spoken with the brothers. We will discuss your secondary duty then.
You will rise as Varun.